We welcome you inside of Wheeling Island Stadium as we open up the 2006 high school football season with the Wheeling Park Patriots hosting the Bellaire Big Reds here on the WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week. Glad to have you for another season. Ryan Recker back with Coach Rich Walensky. Coach, great to have you back in. Great way to open the season tonight, Bellaire and Wheeling Park.
Thank you, Ryan. It's really a pleasure to be back here with you again for the 2006 high school football season, and this is really a pivotal game this early in the season for both of these teams. Wheeling Park, of course, looking to have a good year, 5-5 last year, a lot of kids back. Coach is very, very optimistic about his chances this year. Of course, on the Bellaire side, John Magistro has already announced his retirement at the end of this season. You know, will the kids be able to respond to that, lead him to the playoffs and that elusive state championship that he's never been quite able to get?
Well, you look at this game, and you don't want to overstate matters, but this game very important for both of these teams because if they get off to this start, this has been a stumbling block for Wheeling Park the past 3 seasons. They haven't beaten Bellaire since 2002.
Right.
Wheeling Park thinks a win tonight can really go a long way for them. They really think that they have the pieces in place this year to have a very special football team. On the other side, Bellaire, they know what this can do for them when it comes to playoff points because these are big playoff points down the road if you beat a AAA team in West Virginia. This will be the first time since 2002, however, that Bellaire has not had the services of one Nate Davis, and that makes Mark Nardoni very happy. We'll talk about that much more in a bit. But first, a new wrinkle to our games of the week this year. We are adding a sideline reporter, and it's not a face that you see commonly on WTOV9. To explain that, we send it down to one of our own, Jackie Kane. Jackie.
Hey everyone, I'm Jackie Kane from News 9, and I'm joined here tonight by Stephen Joel. He's a senior at Wheeling Park High School, and he'll be bringing you sideline reports throughout the game. Stephen, how does it feel to be here?
It feels really great. I'm really excited to be here for the first game, and I'm joined here by Bellaire Big Reds cheerleaders. So tell us what you've been doing this year to prepare for the season.
We've been going to summer camp and tumbling just to get better at what we need to work on and things. And
this is the biggest squad we've had in a long time. We went from 11 girls to 16, and we're all really excited to get the season started.
Can you give us a little preview?
Let's get red! 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 Let's get red!
great.
Oh, thanks very much to the Bellaire cheerleaders and Stephen Joel, who will be our sideline reporter tonight. We'll be checking in with Stephen periodically throughout the evening. Bellaire will receive the football tonight, and they will go right to left on your television screen. The Big Reds in their white road jerseys, red pants, Wheeling Park, the home team in all red tonight.
I'll tell you, there's some burners back there for Bellaire returning this opening kickoff. Masciarelli, number 7 in the middle. And on the far side, number 16 is Jason Kaiser, both seniors, both seasoned veterans, played a big part in Bellaire's success last year. And on this side, in the 3 deep receiving, is number 6, and that is Timmy Young. All seniors, all good ball handlers.
There is John Magistro, 23rd and final season as head coach at Bellaire, and right next to him is his successor, Greg Boner, the offensive coordinator, who will take over next year and succeed Magistro. We are set to get underway here. Michael Crumrine has it teed up, and the 2006 season is underway. It goes over the head of Timmy Young, and a good start for Wheeling Park as it results in a touchback. Such an advantage for the Park defensive unit when you can make an offense, a high-octane offense like this Bellaire club, when you have to force them to go 80 yards. And here is a look. Nick Rocchio will take over at quarterback. Has never started a game, but has made tremendous strides in the offseason. Jason Kaiser, one of the top returners. Trey Masciarelli, 14 touchdowns a year ago, and an offensive line that returns 3 of the 5 starters from a year ago. Bellaire out of a shotgun on first down. That familiar set we've seen so many times over the years, and the senior Rocchio will throw it on first down and complete on an underneath route. That is Timmy Young. who they look to employ in a slot role this season. 9 yards and close to a first down. Bellaire, make no mistake, they're still going to throw the football with the new quarterback, Rocchio. Quick look at the Wheeling Patriot defensive unit. Everybody returns from last season in the linebacker and secondary. Linebacking core and the secondary. Second and short. Rocchio, another throw, and incomplete as he one-hopped it to Trey Masciarelli off of the play-action fake.
Looks a little familiar, doesn't it,
Yeah.
Ryan? Not much
Sure
of a
does.
change for Bellaire as far as their offensive philosophy is concerned. They're still throwing the ball with Rocchio as the quarterback. A lot of things that we've seen last year and the year before and the year before that with Nate Davis. And Coach Magistro indicated that he's really not going to change his philosophy. He's going to stick with what's been successful for them over the years.
All of a sudden, a 3rd and 1. Rocchio will have the first down on a design keep. So a pass, 2 passes, and a run for Bellaire to get things started.
The pass that they threw on first down run, they were trying to run a little flood pattern with 3 receivers to that side of the field and overthrew the short receiver that was open. So look for them to get back to that maybe later on in the ball game.
Complete. Masciarelli. They'll have another first down near the 45 of Bellaire. So the dangerous Masciarelli, who tacked on 14 touchdowns a year ago and also had one as a kick returner. Certainly an explosive player for this offense.
Here's a look at it right here, Ryan. And not only is he a good receiver with good hands, excellent speed, but he does a good job of getting yards after the catch, and that's real important.
Bellaire continues to be in the no huddle look here. They faked it to Kaiser, and Rocchio has it.
Nice
Gets
block.
a block for Masciarelli, and he's out of bounds at the Wheeling Park 41. Another Bellaire first down, 14 yards for Rocchio. Carried out that fake beautifully, did they, on offense?
Absolutely, and it's a very basic play out of the spread formation. The fake to the lone running back. We'll see it here on the replay. There's the fake. Backside guard is pulling, sucks everybody inside. Good block here. Watch the block from Masciarelli, the wide receiver right here coming up right along the sideline. There it was right there. Good job of blocking.
And the first traditional carry of the night will go to Aaron Crow, a senior. We'll also watch him out of the backfield in a receiver spot this season.
Here's Bellaire in a no huddle offense.
This is something they worked on this week in practice, and they liked the way it went in practice, so they decided, why not try to start the game tonight with this no huddle look? So far, it's been effective. Shovel pass. And that's Crow again. And he'll be stopped at the 34-yard line, so another 3rd down coming up.
3rd and about 5. Well, a little less than 5. 3rd and, let's say 3. Little shovel pass inside, trying to get that Wheeling Park defense spread out a little bit.
Rocchio, it'll be incomplete. On the run was looking for Jason Kaiser right at the sticks. And Bellaire, in this situation, certainly as they've done in the past, will go for it.
Absolutely. They're in
No
4-down
surprise.
territory on about the 33-yard line. It'll be 4th and about 3.
And the one thing they've said about Rocchio, they've liked how he's come along in the offseason and in the preseason here in scrimmages. It's just looking for a little more consistency out of him.
And that will come with experience, Ryan. As the season goes along, he'll get a little bit better.
4th down, they'll run it. Crow is stopped. Met immediately by Tom Kettlewell, the 215-pound senior linebacker. So Wheeling Park will hold on downs after Bellaire had a successful drive
Nice
mounting
drive.
there, but Wheeling Park stiffened, and they'll take over on downs.
Very good defensive stand that time by Wheeling Park in the 4-down territory. We're going to take a look at it. They're trying to run the blast with the tailback. They had the power set on that side with 2 additional blockers, but good reaction by the Wheeling Park defense holds it to a loss of 2.
We'll check this Wheeling Park offense. This is Matt Sal, a brand new quarterback for this team. He's, in case you don't recognize his name, he transferred in from Fairmont at the end of last school year and impressed the coaches enough to give him the start here tonight in the season opener. Jimmy Burris is a game breaker in the backfield, rushed for nearly 1,000 yards a year ago. The strength of this offense is strength. 7 guys on this offense can bench over 300 pounds, including those 2 guys in the backfield. We'll see how much that plays a role, not only tonight, but throughout the course of the season.
Fumble.
This is Heinbaugh, the fullback, who put the ball on the turf. No indication yet. It appears that Wheeling Park, and yes, indeed, they will retain possession, and it'll be a 3rd down coming up from the 42. They'll need a little more than 4 yards for the first down. Here's the Bellaire defense. Only 3 starters return. The top returnee, Jordan Traylinek, one of the top linebackers in the area. Bellaire's defense a year ago pitched 5 shutouts. One thing, though, they don't have that they did last year is the depth on either side of the football, especially, though, defensively.
Bootleg action.
First throw of the night, and it's incomplete along the near side as he tried to hook up with Andy Goldbaugh. So both defenses hold here, and Park will have to punt.
Bellaire wasn't fooled by the play-action bootleg that time. Didn't permit Sal to get out on the perimeter to do any damage. The ball fell harmlessly incomplete. We'll put Park in a 4th down and about 4.
Kettlewell will punt. Bellaire will employ 3 returnees. Kettlewell was skying some punts in the pregame. Had some tremendous hang time.
Nice snap. Wow.
And he gets this one way up there. Bellaire will shy away from it, takes a Park bounce.
That's going to be a heck of a punt inside the 5.
All the way, still rolling. Finally down inside the 7-yard line. A 50-yard punt for Kettlewell, who does the job. We're scoreless. Well, the field position hasn't been friendly to Bellaire so far. They started from the 20 and now the 7-yard line. This is Crow again. Huge hole along the near side. Ow! Stutter stepped as he crossed the 30, and he's out of bounds at the 36. 29 yards for Aaron Crow.
Nice job. He found the opening, was able to bounce it outside, showed some nice speed. We'll see it on the replay. Here you go. It's from the 7-yard line. That's where he bounces it outside. He gets a little seam in the secondary. There he tried to stutter step. If he would have kept on trying to stay on the sideline, he may have had a possibility of being able to outrun that defender. First down, though, and gets Bellaire out of a real serious field position problem.
And when you talk about Bellaire's running game, many people think Jason Kaiser, but they're throwing Crow in here as a wrinkle, and you can see what success he can have. A tough running back, low to the ground, and you see him pick up a few more yards there out to the 40-yard line. So you think Bellaire, of course, you're thinking of the weapons they have in Kaiser and Masciarelli, and Rocchio now is a new quarterback, and Crow comes in here and gives him a big jolt here in the first quarter.
We're going to take a look at him here. The same thing. It's just like a little stretch play, but good blocking right there, as you can see, from 65, and good blocking downfield by the wideouts as well. That block thrown in there by number 65 is Andrew Crow.
Well, I'll call him again. Not quite a yard there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 5. Kettlewell in there again.
Years ago, I coached with a coach at Wintersville High School by the name of Bob Kettlewell, and I'm wondering if this is any relation to the legendary coach for which the stadium is named at Indian Creek High School. Have 2 receivers to the top, 1 at the bottom.
3-step drop to Rocchio, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Friend, and may have been some miscommunication because there wasn't a Bellaire receiver in the general area, so Friend picks it off, returns it 12 yards, and the first break of the night goes to Wheeling Park, and you can see Rocchio and Masciarelli trying to figure out where the miscommunication was. Don't forward instant replay.
Masciarelli was running a little hook route, and I think Rocchio thought he was going to be running a seam pattern, threw the ball into the seam, overthrew his receiver, and intercepted by Brandon Friend.
So Park benefits from the first turnover of the night, and Sal and the offense will have their second crack at it. Jimmy Burris' first carry, pull up the middle, and he'll get it near the 40-yard line. Making the stop for Bellaire was Mike Reed, the junior linebacker.
Good effort on first down by Wheeling Park. A gain of about 7. And gaining 4 on first down is considered a win. Here he got 7, so that definitely is a win. Puts him into a second and about 3. It's a good down to play around a little bit. Play action pass very possibly, but we'll see if Wheeling Park sticks with the run.
Burris tried to bounce it to the outside, and coming up again there to make the stop. There's Crow. And you see him defensively for Bellaire.
Nice job that time by the Bellaire defense. They clogged the off tackle hole up, as we're going to see on the replay. Nowhere for Burris to run, so he bounces it to the outside, right into the outside linebacker, Crow, who makes a good open field tackle.
Bellaire traditionally, they'll stick 9 men in the box, and they're going to do that again tonight because Wheeling Park, Sal was more of a running quarterback, so coming into this thing, Park wanting to run the football, obviously here from the outset looking to establish that, and that's what Bellaire has game planned for.
Looks like they're in man-to-man defense. A lot of pressure.
Sal pressured, he's out of it. On the run, it's complete. Inside the 10-yard line is Ronald Green. So Sal improvising there. Green sneaks free. And on the run, the completion, and Park will have a 1st and goal at the 7.
Well, I tell you, that was a heck of a throw. Sal was under a lot of pressure. You can see the pressure coming right here. He's almost brought down for a big loss. That's number 23, Nick Perko. And then he throws a heck of a pass right here going to his left. And that's really hard for a right-hander to do. But he does it, and he completes it, and Park is in great scoring position.
33-yard pickup. Here's Burris to the outside. Dragging defenders down to the 4-yard line. Couldn't turn the corner as Timmy Young rode him out, but you see the power of Burris there. The outstanding strength as he carries a couple of defenders 3-4 yards.
I mean, look at the thighs on this guy. You know, he's really a well-built kid for a running back. He's got those strong legs, good strong hips. Has decent speed where he's able to bounce that outside a little bit. Then when you're one of those small defensive backs trying to make a tackle on a big guy like that, that's a chore.
Burris will inch closer. Not quite there inside the 1-yard line.
Good strong run again by Burris. He was caught from behind, but he was able to drag the tackler for a couple yards very, very close to the goal line. So it's going to bring up 3rd and goal from inside the 1.
And you look at how Wheeling Park got down here. We just got done saying that running the football is their MO offensively, and they hook up for a big 33-yard pass to get them knocking on the door. 3rd and goal.
When you have a mobile quarterback like that, he can be dangerous on the perimeter.
And Sal will duck forward and have a touchdown. Wheeling Park on the scoreboard for the first time here in this 2006 season as they take a 6-0 lead on a 6-play, 47-yard drive. The big play, the 33-yard hookup from Sal to Ronald Green. And here's the payoff on the Doan Ford instant replay.
Good job. He stayed low, got underneath the defenders, and was able to get it in for a 1-yard scoring drive. Now we'll try for the point after. Good kick. Snap was a little high, but the holder did a good job of getting it down. The holder, number 11, Donald Platt. Good job, Donald.
So Crumrine makes it 7-0 off the Bellaire turnover. Wheeling Park cashes in. They're up a touchdown on the Skybank scoreboard. We're back with more first quarter action after this. Wrecker. The coach, Rich Walensky, Robert DiCicchio doing the stats, and our entire crew here tonight seeing Wheeling Park take a 7-0 lead off of a Bellaire turnover. Big Reds will get it back. Timmy Young corrals it at his own 10 and brings it back to about the 25-yard line.
Good job by that Wheeling Park coverage team, getting down there and holding that inside the 30-yard line.
We'll see how Bellaire responds here. This is not a situation that they were accustomed to a year ago. This is a group for many of these guys that played a year ago that were up in their games, in many cases up early,
right,
and up big early in their games. So
two plays in that series, the turnover, the pass interception, then the broken play by Wheeling Park for the big 33-yard gain to put them down inside scoring position. Bellaire has to take care of the football. Best
starting position so far for Bellaire in their 3 series. Inside, little flip to Jason Kaiser, and this is a guy that, boy, they want to get the ball in his hands because he just possesses such outstanding speed. How speedy is he? Well, he was the runner-up in the Ohio Division III state track and field meet, and that's saying something in the 100-meter dash.
And that's the first time he's touched the ball this evening, Ryan.
Yeah. And you'll see him in the backfield, and they'll also split him out.
Yep.
Same play. Kaiser again. And just couldn't find a big enough hole to get through. It did cross the 30 to the 31, where it'll be 3rd and 4.
You know, John Magistro likes to take a play and run it, and when it looks like it's really good and something good could happen, he'll come back with it again. In that last series, he had the ball, he ran, you know, that stretch play to the left side 3 times in a row. And this time he's run that little pitch to the inside twice consecutively. Third down has not been a good down for Bellaire.
They only rush 4 to the outside. It's complete, and Kaiser will be close to the first down. He tried to spin out of the would-be tackler Ronald Green, and looks like he's going to get a favorable spot.
Should be a first down.
Yeah, they won't even bring on the sticks. First down, Bellaire, as Rocchio hooks up to Kaiser as we close in on a 1.5 remaining here in the first quarter.
First down, 10.
Short passing game has been very effective for Bellaire so far. The little flat patterns, the hooks and the curls to the inside have all been very good. The crossing patterns have been good also. Hasn't really tried to go deep yet.
That ball is batted down right at the line of scrimmage.
Big number 79, I think, got his hands up on that. That's Wayne Abercrombie, 6'8", 370 pounds. Wow.
Let's take another look on the Doan Ford Lincoln Mercury instant replay. That was number 46. Yeah, Tom Kettlewell.
He's had a good first quarter so far defensively. He has had some key stops, and that time got his hands up and knocked the ball away.
On a 2nd and 10, Masciarelli. Look what he can do after catching the football. Out to the 47 and another first down. He is tough to corral, Trey Masciarelli.
He's good in space. When he's in space like that, he's so shifty, so quick on his feet. You know, very nifty runner.
First down, 10. Ball on the 47-yard line.
Take a look at it. And again, this is just a short curl pattern, as you can see right here. Makes 1 miss, makes 2 miss, makes almost 3 miss, and very, very good job.
12 yards on that gain. That's Masciarelli in motion. Will now be a sidecar for Rocchio, and they'll hand it to Masciarelli here, and he'll lose a couple. So they try to throw in a little deviation there and try to utilize Masciarelli's elusiveness. There's Mark Nardoni and his Patriots enjoying a 7-0 lead here. And they're thirsty for a win against Bellaire. This is, again, as we mentioned, been a stumbling block. Haven't beaten the Big Reds since 2002. And we'll close in on the end of quarter number 1 here as the final seconds tick away. We'll switch sides, and Bellaire will have a 2nd and 11 to start quarter number 2. Pretty well played. First quarter of football here at Wheeling Island Stadium on the Skybank scoreboard. Wheeling Park on a Sal touchdown run. The Patriots lead it 7-0. We'll be back with more action from Wheeling Island Stadium and the start of the second quarter right after this.
You can call them at 233-1925.
Getting set for the start of the second quarter here at Wheeling Island Stadium. Ryan Recker, Rich Walensky, Nick Rocchio, and Bellaire have a 2nd and 11. Rocchio 7 of 11 in that first quarter. Did have an interception that led to a Wheeling Park touchdown. Rocchio hit as he throws, and he couldn't deliver as he one-hops Trey Masciarelli. Pressure coming from Thomas Grammer from the outside for the Patriots.
Going to see the heat coming off the edge right here for Rocchio. He's under real duress. Good rush that time. Ball is underthrown to the wide receiver. Incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd. 3rd and about 7. No, 3rd and about 12. It's a big down right here for Bellaire. 4 wide receivers, 1 lone back.
They'll try to set up the screen here, and they do it. This is Kaiser. And he'll
have it.
Close to a first down, and he may just have it at the 42-yard line. Perfectly designed play, and yes, indeed, the Big Reds convert on 3rd and long.
Good call right here. You know, he's under a lot of pressure on the last down. This time they let him in. Little screen right here. You can see good blocking downfield, and Kaiser does a good job staying on his feet and getting the first down.
Needed 11.5. They got 12.
Good call that time by the offensive coaches up here in the box for Bellaire. 2 sidecars this time, 3 wide receivers. Draw play.
This is Kaiser again, pounding away to the 35-yard line. A play that he perfected a number of times last season for Bellaire. Well, so far for Wheeling Park defensively, one thing that has plagued them specifically in this game has been the big play and what Mark Nardoni calls the 10-second touchdown. So far tonight, they haven't allowed that huge, big jolt that Bellaire has.
They haven't given up the big run. They haven't given up the big pass. They kept everything in front of them, and they're making Bellaire earn everything that they get, every yard that they get.
Yes, indeed. Fake outside. Masciarelli to the inside. And he will be close to another first down.
Number 32, Sam Heinbaugh, does a nice job of coming down the line on the flow and being able to catch Masciarelli from behind before he's able to turn it upfield for a big, big gain. I tell you, Bellaire loves that little pitch to the inside. And they're also doing a good job on running the ball out of the I-back situation as well.
They're going to measure it, and we will take a break. 7-0 Wheeling Park. Bellaire driving. We'll be back. Measurement indicated a Bellaire first down. This will be the 11th play of the drive. Back to Crow.
Wow.
And he is stuck.
Good job.
Penetrating there for Wheeling Park defensively. Looked like Christian Luton, the first one in there. And yes, indeed, the sophomore getting his name called for the first time tonight.
Tell you, good solid hit that time by Christian Luton. We're going to take a look at it. This is the draw play with a lead blocker, and he does a good job of recognizing it and coming up right away. Good solid hit.
I'd say that's filling a hole, huh?
That's filling the hole.
Loss of 2, so a 2nd and 12.
4 wideouts this time for Bellaire. 3 down at the bottom, 1 at the top. Single sidecar.
Oh. And Rocchio just off the mark to Masciarelli along the near side.
That's a long throw from 1 hash mark to the opposite sideline. You know, you're only looking to gain maybe 7 or 8 yards, but you're throwing the ball probably around 40 yards or so, and that's a hard pass to complete.
And you got to think, you know, Nick Rocchio, this is a new experience for him. Got to be some butterflies, and, you know, rightfully so, and still settling in here as We're not even halfway through the second quarter.
You can tell he's got some talent, Ryan. He does a good job.
He's got all day to throw here and goes deep. Behind the defense is Masciarelli for a touchdown.
Great play, great call that time. They set that up so well with the draw play that they've run 2 or 3 times on a series. This time they faked the draw, play action pass. Masciarelli's running a post pattern, gets behind the safety, touchdown right on the money. Rocchio really looked good on that.
Here's another look. Doan Ford, Lincoln Mercury instant replay.
There's the fake of the draw play. Now he sits, he's waiting for Masciarelli to come open and throws a strike, as you can see. Excellent play call, excellent job by the Bellaire offense.
And if Wheeling Park's idea, as Nick Perko adds the extra point, if Park's idea was to make Bellaire earn their points tonight, well, Bellaire earned on that drive. 13 plays, 75 yards. The hookup, 34 from Rocchio to Masciarelli on third down. We'll be back.
And how many third down plays that they had to convert in that series as well? 3 of them.
Nick Rocchio went 7 of 10 on that drive. Bellaire converted 3 third downs, so they really earned it. Trey Masciarelli, after that 34-yard touchdown catch, now has 60 yards receiving for the night. And as we anticipated, Coach, we really looked at this game, talking in the pregame and looking at it on paper. We thought these two teams were evenly matched, and so far we have what we thought we would have.
I'll tell you, the fans can't be disappointed. It's been a great game so far, and we're only not even halfway through the second quarter. Nick Perko will do the kicking for Bellaire. John Magistro calls this kid one of his unsung heroes.
No question. And
nice kick.
There's a reason why. The speedster Andy Goldbaugh fielded it, but it'll be a touchback as it went just across the goal line. Let's check in once again with our sideline reporter from Wheeling Park High School, Stephen Joel. Stephen, take it away.
I'm Stephen Jewell, and I'm standing here with the Superintendent of Ohio County Schools, Mr. Larry Miller. Mr. Miller, tell us what's new and exciting for this upcoming school year.
Stephen, we're extremely excited about our new preschool 4-year-old program. We're opening 5 sites this year and 5 additional sites next year to meet the needs of our preschool children. That plus the fact that we're doing a Comcast and Wheeling Park High School radio and TV station contract, and we're excited about that as well for our students. With that in mind, we feel that we're going to get an outstanding start to this school year.
Tell us how excited you are for this upcoming season.
Well, we feel very comfortable going into this season with our athletes. This is an outstanding Bellaire squad, and it'll be a very tough ball game. Even though it's only the second quarter with a tie ball game, we're excited for our young men.
Well, thank you. That's all we have for down here. Back to you, Ryan.
Okay, Stephen, thanks. Sam Heimbaugh, the play you saw there during Stephen's interview, got a gain of 2, so now it's a 2nd and 8 for Sow in the offense. Jimmy Burris on the pitch. Looking for the corner. Jason Kaiser just ducks his head and brings Burris off of his feet right at the 24.5-yard line. So a third down and about 5 for Park coming up.
That's one of Wheeling Park's favorite plays, the pitch sweep to their tailback. And Burris runs it very well. He's looking for a little seam to the inside. If it's not there, he tries to use his speed to get to the corner and then turn the corner. But a good job by the defensive end of Bellaire, stringing that out and giving his defensive backs and linebackers a chance to pursue to that.
Sow to throw it. Complete. Ronald Green, open field. Crosses the 50, down at the 46. Kaiser had to track him down. A huge pickup on third down for Wheeling Park.
Wow, that was a big play, and Wheeling Park has been able to convert the big play. That time a pass that didn't look like it was going to be complete because there were 2 receivers from Wheeling Park in the same general vicinity. But you're going to see Sal right here. He's going to go for the deeper receiver. He's got one short and one a little bit deeper. You can see it looks like the ball is going to be overthrown, but boom, there's a receiver right there. Breaks the tackle, and you can see that he's getting downfield. That's Ronell Green.
29 yards. Back to the ground they go. Burris. Close to a first down, and he may have it at the Bellaire 36.
This is a very unusual sight to see anybody run against the Bellaire defense as effectively as what Wheeling Park has been able to do so far in this football game. Burris has been successful that time. The pitch sweep again. Wheeling Park, or Bellaire, did a good job of stringing it out, but then he saw a little lane to the inside, made a cut, showed a lot of patience, got it up there, very close to a first down.
Now, one thing Bellaire is going to have to do this year that they didn't have to do last year is have guys play both ways. They just don't have the depth like we talked about earlier that they did a year ago. Two blockers ahead for Burris as he turns the corner. He's on his way for a touchdown. 37 yards, and you see the explosiveness on Burris in full plain view right there.
Good job by the Wheeling Park spotters up here. They gave twins to the bottom of the screen. Then they came with the pitch sweep to the opposite side where they only had one secondary defender, and he gets blocked, and once he gets blocked, Burris is on his own down the sideline, in for the touchdown.
And he needed that leap at the end. That was no showboating. Extra points is good. So, how do you answer a 13-play, 75-yard drive? Wheeling Park says we answer it in 6 plays, and we'll go 80 yards. Burris with the capper, 37. Wheeling Park has the lead again, 14-7 on the Skybank scoreboard. We'll be back. Back at Wheeling Island Stadium, Jimmy Burris. We talked about his explosiveness. You just saw it on that 37-yard touchdown run, giving Wheeling Park the lead once again, 14-7. While we have a moment, I want to remind folks about college football coming up here on WTOV9. The Coal Bowl, WVU and Marshall back on the football field Saturday, September 2nd, 3:30, right here on WTOV9. And if you like that one, you gotta like this one. Ohio State and Texas for the second straight year from Austin. 8 o'clock the following week on September the 9th. Timmy Young out across the 20-yard line to bring it back for the Big Reds.
Good coverage by the Wheeling Park special team. They hold him inside the 25-yard line.
Actually, that was Ross Johnson. I want to make that correction and give Ross his due as he brought it back to the 24. Well, if you're defensive coach for both of these teams, third down conversions on each side have been a problem for the defense, but a plus, a positive for the offense.
Absolutely, Ryan. And offensive coaches are doing a good job of getting plays in that are going to be real positive on third down, able to recognize weaknesses in the defense and make the call.
Kaiser.
Nowhere.
He had absolutely nowhere to go. Struggled to just turn it into a yard or a half-yard loss.
Dustin Hill.
Number 58 doing a good job that time. That was Dustin Hill from his nose guard position. Good penetration by that Wheeling Park.
Second down and 11. Ball on the 23-yard line.
That's a loss of about 2, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 12. 4 wide receivers for Bellaire, 3 at the bottom, 1 at the top, 1 sidecar.
Rocchio going deep. Masciarelli, man coverage. Just overshot him. Ronald Green, step for step for him. And I'm just thinking right now, Coach, I don't think we've had a penalty yet tonight.
I don't think we have, Ryan. I think you're absolutely correct. There hasn't been a penalty yet. There hasn't even been a penalty called yet. There hasn't been a flag down on the field yet.
As a credit to these kids on the field,
absolutely,
and their coaches.
Well, here's another third down situation for Bellaire. On the last series, they were successful in converting 3 third down situations. So we'll see if they can do it again. This time they're in really poor field position. See what they can come up with. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top.
Park will bring some pressure. Rocchio out of it for the time being. Steps out of a second would-be sacker. On the run. It's incomplete. Boy, Rocchio did a heck of a job to break free and try to give himself a chance. Ty Tobisic, the intended receiver, but the Wheeling Park defense does the job again. And right on cue, there's a flag on the field, just as we talk about no infraction so far tonight.
There's that fake draw play that they were so successful on the last series. Come back with it. Rocchio does a good job of showing his elusiveness here. He gets to the sideline and is able to throw it away. You can see that the flag is already down. I didn't get the call, so I don't know what it was.
Holding on Bellaire.
Against Bellaire. They'll decline, and that will put Bellaire into a 4th and 12. They're going to have to punt it away. And this should give Wheeling Park pretty good field position. Their deep returners are number 17, Andrew Goldball, and number 2, Ron L. Green. They're standing on about their own 40-yard line.
And pick your poison for which one of those guys you want to kick to.
Bellaire calls the timeout. They want to talk it over.
And we will take a break with them. 14-7, Wheeling Park. 6:12 remaining before the half. We'll return to Wheeling Island Stadium after this. All right, back at Wheeling Island Stadium, John Magistro and his club calling a timeout. They want to make sure everything's in place for this punt. And a very important punt here because Wheeling Park will stand to get the football at the very worst on a normal punt, their own 40-yard line. So Park looking to get good field position.
I was watching Nick Perko in a pregame warm-up punting, Ryan, and I'll tell you, he was really skying the ball. He was really launching it off of his right foot. We'll see if he can get one of those right here because they certainly do need it, and they can't give Wheeling Park field position on Bellaire's side of the 50.
Park coming with pressure. Ronald Green from the 38.
Uh-oh, he's got some blockers.
Turns the corner. Green inside the 40 and has to step out of bounds at the 38. So Perko does his job on a 40-yard punt, but Green with the answer as he brings it back 27 yards.
There it is, that a return to their left, and you can see the Wheeling Park blockers lining up, but then he just uses his speed to outrun some defenders and does a good job of getting the ball down inside the 40-yard line at about the 36-yard line of Bellaire. Double wing, double slot.
Pitch to Burris on that right side, reading his blocking well, turning the corner again, and he'll dive forward near a first down.
Good job by Ron L. Green on the outside. Once Burris got up there, Burris did a nice job of faking to the inside and then bouncing it outside to set up that block by Green. Burris is a very, very nifty runner. Watch him right here, Ryan. He's going to step inside and then gets to the outside to where Green can get a block on that defender and then uses his speed to get the first down.
And they will measure it officially here.
Sowell is getting a lot of confidence as this game is going along, but you can see that he's using his weapons. Burris especially, he's looked very impressive on the last 2 series. It's really starting to get into a rhythm of running the ball, especially on that power sweep both ways.
Burris put Park ahead on Patriots' last drive, and they're in business again with a fresh set of downs at the Bellaire 27, following another 10 yards from Burris. And I'll pitch to the man in motion here, who's Brian Creighton. He brings it left for a couple.
They have weapons can go both ways out of that double slot offense that they're running right now. That time it was number 4, Brian Creighton, that came out of the slot formation in motion, received the pitch. Wheeling Park has some nice looking offensive linemen. They're really big kids in there. They look real, real strong.
Burris again. Around rounding the corner. Burris will have another touchdown.
Yeah, that was a great run by Burris, but if we have this on a replay, I want you to watch the block of the fullback, number 32, Sam Heinbaugh. He's the one that sprung Burris on this. Then he got a great block in the secondary as well. But if we have this on a replay, watch number 32, the fullback, the lead blocker. You can't see it, but he gets a wonderful block on the linebacker. Watch the block here. Great block, as you can see in the secondary from Ronell Green. Cleared Burris to get in for the score.
3 plays, 37 yards. The extra points will be no good. But Jimmy Burris putting on a show here in the first half tonight. A 37-yard touchdown. And then most recently, a 25-yarder. It's 20-7 Wheeling Park. We'll be back with more after this. Burris with 35 yards on that short 3-play, 37-yard drive, and his second touchdown has opened up a 13-point Wheeling Park lead on the Skybank scoreboard after Bellaire tied it here in the second quarter. The Patriots have answered with 2 Burris touchdowns, and they have a 2-score advantage. So Bellaire, while their defense looks at things and decides how they want to try to stop this Wheeling Park offense, their Bellaire offense will now have to come back on and design a way to at least sustain a drive here and try to get, if nothing else, a field goal on the board before halftime. Another deep kickoff by Crumrine, as Wheeling Park has everything going their way right now, and Bellaire will have to start from their own 20 again. Burris closing in on 100 yards already. He has 98 to be exact. Well, we have a moment. We want to remind folks that every Friday night you saw our premiere edition for the high school football season tonight. Sports Friday at 11:15 following News 9 tonight. And it can also be seen on WTOV9.com. And then Sunday nights, it's Sports Sunday here on WTOV9 as we recap the week and weekend locally, regionally, and nationally. Rocchio going long for Masciarelli. It's up in the air and incomplete.
Tell you, excellent coverage again by number 2, Ronell Green. Plus he got help from his safety coming over as well. Good coverage that time by the Wheeling Park secondary.
That's been a great matchup tonight. Green,
yes,
locked in with Masciarelli, and so far Green has held up his end of the bargain this evening. And Bellaire, maybe not the vertical in terms of attempts that you've seen in the past. They're not going downfield as much. They're allowing Rocchio maybe to ease into things a little more with some underneath stuff, but they have on a couple times tried those long ones. Rocchio looks good here as he completes to Kyle Barnes, the senior.
Although he had the 30-some yard pass to Masciarelli for the touchdown in the earlier in the second quarter, his biggest success has been with the intermediate passing game. This pass right here, I think, is where he's most comfortable. He's looking for the curl or the out pattern, and he's doing a good job of delivering the ball on time and on target.
A design run. Rocchio will step up and take it to the 40.
Keeper play.
Wheeling Park had a blitz that time. They were bringing one of their linebackers. They overloaded to their right, trying to get through the left side of the Bellaire offensive line. Rocchio read it pretty well, came to his right, got a gain of about 5. It'll bring up 2nd and 5. It's quarterback draw play all the way.
2nd down and 5. Ball on the 40-yard line.
4 wide receivers, 2 either way, 1 sidecar for Rocchio set to his left.
Pressure from either side. Rocchio on the run. Masciarelli stepped out of bounds, came back in. It was incomplete anyway, and he took a lick at the 27-yard line. There you see him down in pain. He may have taken a helmet to the midsection.
He was covered by Brandon Friend, and Andrew Goldbaugh, the safety, came over and put a hit on him. We're going to see it right here. I mean, he's under duress right away. Number 52, Matt Hill, is in there in a hurry. He gets to the perimeter, delivers the ball. Watch the hit right here. He's up in the air trying to look for the football and takes a vicious hit right in the midsection. You're going to see it here, but good coverage. Ball knocked away. Ooh, right in his ribs. Probably lost his wind a little bit right there. Masciarelli, tough kid though. He's going to be back. Good coverage by Brandon Friend.
So Masciarelli is attended to, and it looks like he's going to be fine. Like you said, Coach, once he gets his wind and his wits about him, most assuredly he'll be back on the field. But
sure he will.
On a big third down, he's going to be on the sideline here as Bellaire really needs this to stop Wheeling Park's momentum. 3rd and 5. Rocchio has it. Complete to Timmy Young to the 49.
There's that short passing game again. Very effective so far for Bellaire. I'll tell you, Wheeling Park secondary doing a good job keeping everything in front of them, not getting beat deep. Outside of the one touchdown pass that was thrown, it was off a play action pass, by the way, and Park was in man-to-man coverage.
And Masciarelli indeed checks back in.
3 minutes to go. They're about 51 yards away from the touchdown. 4 receivers, trips to the right, single receiver to the top of the screen with a sidecar to the left.
Pressure again from the outside. Rocchio's going to take off. Oh, and he shows some athleticism. Down to the 32 and a first down. Rocchio picks up 18 as he bursts through that hole.
I tell you, live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That's what happens here. They send a linebacker. Good job by the offensive line of Bellaire. They had people down on the ground and turned to the outside. Rocchio was able to find a lane, gets it upfield for a big gain from the 49 down to about the 32-yard line of Wheeling Park.
That's one thing with Nate Davis. They didn't have that scrambling ability from the quarterback. No knock against Nate, and he'll tell you himself he's just not a runner. And that's one advantage they do have with the quicker Rocchio. Speaking of quickness, here's Jason Kaiser inside the 25.
Nice lead block that time. I think it was by Masciarelli. Came in motion. They ran the draw play. They got a good lead block from Trey Masciarelli. I'm pretty sure that's who it was.
So Bellaire showing a little resiliency here as we close in on the 2-minute mark, and you have to go back to that 3rd down conversion, at least for the time being, that kept this drive alive. 2nd
they've got to
and 2.
hurry. They only have about a minute and 50 seconds, but they do have timeouts left, and I'm sure Coach Magistro will use those wisely.
They have 2 remaining. Rocchio to Young. To the 15 and another first down for the Big Reds.
He's going to have to start thinking about using his timeouts. The clock is stopped right now while the chains are moved, but they need to hurry up and get up to the line in a big hurry. I'm not sure how many timeouts Bellaire has left, but I know they have about 2 at least, yes. Clock is started. We're at 1:30 and counting.
And the Big Reds do have a reliable place kicker in Perko, but no question they're thinking end zone right now. And Rocchio underneath.
Good throw.
Stuck it in there to the 9-yard line. Goes Mike Reed.
Okay, that was a great throw. It was a throw that only the receiver could get to because it was right in between the numbers, and the defender had to come over the top to make the tackle. We're inside the 10 now.
Clock winding at 50 seconds.
Need to hurry.
Rocchio pumps, goes for a touchdown. A beautifully executed play as he hooks up with Timmy Young.
I tell you, what a nice drive and what a lot of moxie shown by Bellaire's quarterback, Rocchio. He did a great job of taking his team down the field after Wheeling Park goes in and scores to take a 20-7 lead. Here it is, a little pump fake, Number 6, as you can see, for Bellaire, turns it upfield. Timmy Young, perfectly thrown ball for the score. Right there, a little flat, and then up. Defender jumped on the out route and was wide open in the end zone for the score.
That caps off
is good.
a 9-play, 80-yard drive, 6 passes from Rocchio, 3 runs, and Bellaire answers Wheeling Park. And the Patriots 80-yard drive with one of their own, so it's 20-14. We have been entertained from the start of this one. Still 40 seconds left here before halftime.
And you know, Ryan, after that third score by Wheeling Park, you started to get the feeling that maybe Bellaire was going to start caving in a little bit. And this score is huge because it gives them back a little more confidence, knowing that they're within 6 now instead of 14. So it's up to the defense now to shut down, this high-powered Wheeling Park offense.
Rocchio 5 of 6 for 49 yards on that drive as he stepped up. Okay, Thursday, September 7th, the Steelers will open things up against the Miami Dolphins as the NFL on NBC returns for the regular season, and then that will be followed that Sunday night by a battle of Mannings, Peyton, and Eli as the Colts visit the New York Giants. 8 o'clock, and that'll be an aerial show here on WTOV9. And one of the themes we're following here has been the third down conversions of both offenses, and Rocchio did it again there. The guy that caught the touchdown, Timmy Young, he hooked up with him earlier on that drive to keep things alive, and that's one thing that both defensive coordinators will have to address here at the half, is getting their defense off the field on third down.
And Ryan, those haven't been third and short situations. Those have been 3rd and 11, 3rd and 13, and they've been converting those.
This will be Jimmy Burris receiving the kick from Perko at his 9. We've seen what Burris can do as a running back. Here he is as a returner to the 34, and he brings it back 20 yards. 34 seconds remain for Wheeling Park, and it'll be interesting to see how they spend these final seconds here. Park will get the football to start the second half. So with a 6-point lead, as Nick Rocchio and offensive coordinator Greg Boner talk things over, they will watch as their defense tries to keep this a 6-point game. Park will come out in a spread form here. Burris is behind Sal, and he'll get the call. And the whistle will blow him dead. Jordan Traylinek had a hold of Burris's ankle, and then finally coming in to clean it up was Dustin Bruce.
Good job that time by Traylinek. Really played off his block well and got to the ball carrier, held it to a no gain. Clock is still turning. Wheeling Park will not stop it. They'll be satisfied with what they've accomplished so far this first half and take a 20-14 lead into the locker room.
Well, I know we're happy with that first half of football to start 2006. These fans, they seem to be into it as well. Both coaching staffs will address things here at halftime, and we should be set for a great finish to this game. Wheeling Park leads it by 6 at the half on the Skybank scoreboard. We'll be back with second half action after this. Welcome back to Wheeling Island Stadium. Bellaire trailing Wheeling Park 20-14 on the Skybank scoreboard, getting set for the second half. A few moments ago, our sideline reporter Stephen Joel had a chance to catch up with Wheeling Park head coach Mark Nardoni.
Hi, I'm standing here with Wheeling Park's head coach, Mark Nardoni. Coach, tell us about your thoughts of the game so far.
Well, I think it's been a well-played game. There's been 2 penalties and 1 turnover. We got to do a much better job on third down. We've got them in some third down situations, but they got out of it on us and ended up scoring some touchdowns there. So we got to do a better job on third down. We got to keep running the football.
And how big of a win is this game today?
Well, I mean, we have to play a whole nother second half, but it certainly would be a big one.
All right, thanks. Back to you, Ryan.
Okay, Stephen, thanks very much. Wheeling Park will get the football and go right to left on your screen here as the Patriots, with the 6-point lead, will get the first crack at it here in the third quarter. Mark Nardoni touching on what we had talked about a couple of times Coach, in the first half is third downs for both, not only for Wheeling Park, but Bellaire had some troubles with it as well defensively.
Absolutely, and I think that, you know, if you look at the stats, the third down conversion rate has been very, very good. We've only had 2 punts in this game, 1 punt for each team. So, you know, they're converting on third down, keeping the ball moving. We'll see if Wheeling Park is going to change their philosophy offensively. They've been very successful in the first half running the ball.
Yep.
I think they've only completed 2 passes, if I'm not mistaken, Ryan.
But those were 2 third down conversions.
There were 2 third down conversions, one a big 33-yard gain that led to their first touchdown.
So Nick Perko puts us into play here in quarter number 3. Jimmy Burris had to leap off the bounce at the 15. He's got a hole straight up the middle,
tackle.
and he was upended, and that may have saved a heck of a lot of yardage.
Number 44.
Yeah, that was Trent Hess. All right, let's see how things unfolded back in the first half. Touchdown run to get things going for Wheeling Park from Matt Soul, made it 7-0. And then Bellaire with an answer in the second quarter. Nick Rocchio to Trey Masciarelli from 34 yards out. That tied things at 7. Then Jimmy Burris got going. 37 yards out on this pitch as he shows once he turns the corner, he's gone as he leaps here into the end zone. Then Burris again from 25 yards out made it 20-7. Wheeling Park. Burris almost 100 yards, 98 to be exact, in the first half. And then Bellaire answers that right back with an 80-yard drive capped off by Nick Rocchio to Timmy Young. And that's where we stand, 20-14. A rare penalty here, and you see Jimmy Burris is down on the turf and now getting up under his own power.
Cramps, maybe.
Possibly.
What it is, those calves down there.
And now back on the turf. Okay, while we have a moment, there was a penalty before that play. We'll check all of that, but first, back to Stephen Joel, our sideline reporter. Stephen.
Hi, I'm standing here with the Wheeling Park cheering squad and Wheeling Park's tri-captain Kit Bandy. Kit, tell us how you guys are going to do this year.
No, we're really excited about this season. We've been working really hard to get prepared for all of our upcoming events. We have a lot of returning girls who've been working really hard to improve themselves. We also have 2 promising freshmen who can hopefully help us with our OVAC title again, bring it home again, and maybe a run for the state title.
Thanks. Now, can you show us a little bit what you got?
Let's go Park! 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 Let's go Park!
Jimmy Burris, who we mentioned extensively tonight, is still down on the field.
You know, Ryan, I'm not so sure that it's a cramp because they're working on his left leg. I don't know if it's up in his thigh or in his knee, but...
And you don't need us to tell you if this is any sort of serious injury, what that will do to this Wheeling Park offense. And there is Burris trying to walk off under his own power. He will do so.
I think we'll probably see him back before too long.
Well,
get over there and get hydrated a little bit and come on back in.
We may put Stephen Joel to work and try to find out exactly the injury to Jimmy Burris. Before that play, there was a procedure penalty on Wheeling Park, but it was a 1-yard gain from Burris, and it is a 2nd and 9. Sal to throw. Golba there,
Oh,
and Golba may take it. He will take it. Touchdown, 66 yards.
Wow, what a great fake that time by Sowell, the quarterback. Tell you, he had everybody frozen. It definitely looked like a blast play over the left side. He, kept his composure, dropped back, threw a strike to number 17 right down the middle, Andrew Goldball. Look at the fake right here. Nice ball handling. Looking for Goldball all the way. Got an inside position on the defender, and that's number 7, Masciarelli, that he beat down the middle and takes it in for the score. Lightning strikes for Wheeling Park.
And Wheeling Park will line up and go for 2 here to try to get that point back that they didn't get on the missed extra point. Sal will be brought down back at the 7-yard line, so that conversion fails. But Wheeling Park comes out of the locker room and strikes quickly. Sal Goldbaugh, 66 yards, 26-14, Wheeling Park. Well, Wheeling Park from Sal to Goldbaugh, and you knew when he was in the open field, he's a state champion hurdler. There aren't many that could catch him. Jason Kaiser was attempting, and even with Kaiser's speed, just too much ground to make up to catch the speedy Goldbaugh. And Wheeling Park has been bitten by the big play so many times in recent years by Bellaire. Now they give it to the Big Reds there in big play fashion, and now take a 12-point lead. Trey Masciarelli on the return out to the 25-yard line. And that certainly, that 66-yard hookup, wow, a candidate for our Bloomberg Eye Center play of the game. We've had some worthy candidates tonight. Jimmy Burris, certainly a couple of explosive runs that come to mind. And while we have a moment, I want to preview our games of the week for next week. New Philadelphia will travel to Carrollton. You can see that Friday night following Sports Friday, and then we'll be back here, Coach and I, to see Oakland and Wheeling Central next Saturday. That comes your way at 11:30 following News 9 tonight. So Nick Rocchio and Bellaire, they've been playing behind for the vast majority of this evening, and here's Rocchio again. That a design run, good for 12 yards and a first down.
Chick, if I'm not mistaken, that was a 30-second drive by Wheeling Park, wasn't it? Yes, it was.
First down and 10.
There's Rocchio there, checking in with Robert Chick to Chicky, our statistician. That was, Coach. They ran the one play for a yard, then the Burris injury, and then the big bomb.
Now let's see if Rocchio can lead the Bellaire Big Reds back into this ball game.
He's done it twice tonight, answering Wheeling Park. Masciarelli bringing it back to the middle to the 45.
It's a gain of about 8. And again, we can see Rocchio being real comfortable in the short to intermediate passing game.
And on the stop for Wheeling Park.
It's a gain of about 8. It's going to bring up 2nd and 2. Outside of that quarterback draw, Bellaire has not been real successful at running the football. The draw has been good, the quarterback draw, and then the draw to the halfback as well has been very efficient for the Bellaire Big Reds.
Kaiser trying to find his way, and he will work awfully hard.
It's going to be short, I think,
pick up a yard.
Down. Take bring up 3rd and about 1.
Daniel Rabb in there for Wheeling Park. Also Matthew Hill.
Wheeling Park is doing a good job against the run out of that shotgun formation, out of the spread formation, with the fake to the halfback, the quarterback keep, or the give by the quarterback to the halfback.
And Rocchio will push the pile close to the sticks.
I'm going to say he's got it. He's right on the 47-yard line. And I think that he's about a yard over, so I think he's going to be okay. They're going to measure it.
Jack Prettyman will indeed call on the sticks. Well, if you're Wheeling Park, and I know there's still 9:29 left in the third and the entire fourth quarter, but you have to be happy so far with what you've seen offensively and the ability now that Sal, nobody questioned, and you see it's a first down, nobody questioned his athleticism, and he's kind of an unknown element because this is his first year playing football here in the Ohio Valley. People knew of his athleticism by the scrimmages and from what Mark Nardoni told us, but predominantly they were looking for him to be mostly a running quarterback. Well, that last touchdown pass,
perfect pass.
If they can open that up to him, at least in the first half of this season, and they are scheduled to get quarterback Matt Pearson back sometime in the midway point of this season, if not later. That's an incomplete pass on the turf before it got to the arms of Timmy Young.
Official was right there. I saw it called it incomplete.
But back to the point, Wheeling Park offensively because this is a good litmus test for Mark Nardoni tonight.
The big thing that Coach Nardoni has done is that he has put Sal into a position where he's not asking him to win the ball game for him, just asking him to sort of command the game. He's only thrown the ball about 4 times in this ball game, but he's completed 3, and all big plays too. He just wants him to manage the game.
Play clock was down to 3, and Bellaire was having some confusion getting lined up, and the Big Reds had to spend their first timeout of this half. And every possession now for Bellaire is awfully important. Down a couple of scores, down 12 here. 9:06 left in the third. So while they talk things over, we'll step aside and be back with more third quarter action after this. So following the timeout, Bellaire with a 2nd and 10. Plenty of time for Rocchio. Comes to the near side. Masciarelli shakes one tackle, and he's down to the Wheeling Park 37 for a Bellaire first down.
There's that short to intermediate passing game that Rocchio was so comfortable with, and the yards after the catch by Masciarelli is really outstanding. You can see here how elusive he is once he makes the reception. Here it is right here. Step and throw. He's in rhythm. He's throwing the ball very, very efficiently and very accurately right now. You can see Masciarelli getting the extra yards after the catch.
84 yards receiving tonight for Masciarelli, and so many of those coming after the catch. The YAC yards. Jason Kaiser to the Wheeling Park 29-yard line.
Jason Kaiser.
So Bellaire again. Just when you think the hole may be getting deeper for the Big Reds, they come back and have sustained a nice-looking drive here as they've penetrated the Wheeling Park 30-yard line.
Good first down carry by Jason Kaiser. It picks up about 8 yards on first down, bring up 2nd and 2. They're inside the 30-yard line at the Wheeling Park 29-yard line. The draw play again. It's not going to be a big gainer, but it is going to be a first down, so Bellaire will maintain possession.
Boy, that really will keep you honest defensively. That element of Bellaire's offense.
Taking a look at it right here, you can see number 24, Crow, coming up, getting a nice turnout block on the linebacker. Does a good job to open up a running lane for the quarterback, Rocchio. Gets it up for first down inside the 25.
This is Crow with some room to work with inside the 15 to the 14.
I like that play out of the spread, Ryan. It's a little crisscrossing pattern. Fake to one back going one way, give it to the back going back the other way. Almost like a counter out of the wing T offense. And a good job by the offensive line of Bellaire. And Crow does a good job of finding the open running lane, getting it down inside the 15-yard line of Wheeling Park, and another first down.
Even 10 yards for Crow. Kaiser this time. Couldn't get out of the grasp of Kettlewell.
Good penetration. Kettlewell has really had a great game defensively. He's playing very, very well, penetrating well, making good open field tackles, had a pass knocked down also. So he's played a real good game on the defensive side for Bellaire. Here it is. This is Kaiser, and you can see number 46. It's Tom Kettlewell coming in, making the tackle. It's a loss of about 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 13.
This will be the 10th play of the drive. Started all the way back at the Bellaire 25-yard line. Rocchio will run it again. And he'll push forward just inside the 10-yard line. And Rocchio starting to chew up some yardage on the ground.
Yeah, he's going to have some impressive statistics, not only passing but running the ball as well. That draw play, quarterback draw, is working very effectively for Bellaire in this particular drive. They've run it about 2 or 3 times. and they've always gotten positive yardage on it. This is going to bring up a 3rd and about 5.
Very important down here.
Not this time.
Nope. Just no room to work with there as the middle was clogged up by guess who? Kettlewell, among others.
See if they're going to go, if Coach Magistro decides to go for it, or if he's going to go for the field goal. He certainly has the kicker that is more than capable of making it from this distance.
Well, I know there's plenty of time left, and their offense is going to stay on the field. It looks as if
there's a flag thrown over there for some reason.
Maybe too many in the huddle.
Could be an illegal substitution. We'll see with Jack Prettyman. He's motioning for Wheeling Park to move back behind the restraining line.
Only a warning.
There's no penalty involved. It's only a warning the first time.
Well, a field goal here still leaves it at a 2-possession game. I know there's plenty of time left, but if you're thinking in terms of possession, that only makes it a 9-point deficit.
He's going forward anyway.
And they will. They need just inside the 5-yard line. Rocchio pumps, goes to the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown. Aaron Crow.
Same play that they scored on right before the half. Ryan, it's a little flat, enough pattern, sort of a wheel route. You beat the defender on this side in the first half. Now they beat the defender on the other side this time. Same pattern. Here it is right here. You can see he's going to pump fake on the out. Now he's just going to loft it over the defender. And a good catch by Crow right there for the touchdown.
And we've talked about 3rd down conversions. Well, here's a huge 4th down conversion for you. And that caps off a 12-play, 75-yard drive. Perko tacks on the extra points. And the lead is back down to 5. 26-21 Wheeling Park. 5:01 left in the 3rd. The entertainment continues here at Wheeling Island Stadium. We'll be back. 26-21, Wheeling Park hanging on to a 5-point lead here. 5:01 left in the 3rd. All right, after the extra point, a personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct administered to Wheeling Park. That will be assessed on the kickoff. So Nick Perko and Wheeling Park will have 15 yards to their advantage to kick this one off. And for the time being, the momentum may have shifted a little bit back in Bellaire's favor as they answer Wheeling Park's huge hookup from Sal, the goal ball for 66 yards with a 75-yard drive. And the senior Nick Rocchio, resilient all night long, does it again on that drive. 2 of 3, 34 yards, including the 4th down conversion for a touchdown. Actually 3 of 4 on that drive for Rocchio for 34 yards. But the big one, of course, the touchdown pass to Aaron Crow, which is slice this lead down to 5. Perko will kick off from the Wheeling Park 45. And they'll boom this one 5 yards deep, and it'll be a touchback. So now, if you're Bellaire defensively, you've been victimized by the run and most recently the pass. Your strategy versus Wheeling Park. No, Wheeling Park has to have Bellaire guessing at this juncture.
I'm still going to defend the run. Burris is their bread and butter guy. Right now I think what Coach Nardoni will want to do is to take some time off the clock, move the chains. They've shown that they can run the football. Burris has been very, very effective so far.
And Burris is back in the game. We saw him leave on that last series. He goes in motion here on 1st down and gets the carry. Maybe a yard. I want to remind folks that our high school football website on WTOV9.com has taken off as we are underway here in this 2006 season, and things are only going to get bigger and better on there as WTOV9 and our high school football coverage on the web brings you closer to the game.
Wheeling Park has tried to run that blast play on 1st down. The last 2 possessions that they've had, they've got nothing. Their biggest Their biggest gainer running the football is with the pitch sweeps into the boundary that has been very effective for them so far. Right there you can see Sowell gets on the outside, puts some pressure on the perimeter people, and is able to throw a complete pass for a first down at about the 31-yard line.
Bryant Creighton, their receiver there, and there's
First down and 10.
Sal again, and this can only build more confidence for him as a passer.
I'm really surprised how open the Wheeling Park receivers are when Wheeling Park is throwing the ball, Ryan.
This is Creighton after he was in motion, but coming off of that left side. Ross Johnson, one of the top returnees on this defensive unit, coming in there to
great penetration.
Blow it up.
Yeah, did a good job. He read it all the way, came very flat down the line of scrimmage, made the tackle from the side for a no gain. Actually, it's a loss of about one. Here you can see him right here. Does a good job of coming down from the outside, making a very, very good, hard tackle. Is that double slot formation.
Style to throw again. Looking long. This ball a bit underthrown. It's juggled in the air. Hit off of Andy Goldbaugh and Jason Kaiser, and it falls incomplete. A dangerous pass from Sol as it hung up there. Kaiser in position, and it was virtually a jump ball.
Absolutely. Excellent coverage that time by Jason Kaiser, playing the cornerback position over here. You can see the ball wobbling down, not a real tight spiral. Both guys going for the ball. No interference. No incidental contact right there. Good job by the defensive secondary of Bellaire. And that brings up a big third down and about 11.
Whoever wins this third down will gain a lot of momentum here in the third quarter.
It's going to be a screen.
Will set up the screen. Read perfectly on defense by the Big Reds. Jordan Traylinek was all over that.
Wow, what a great job of reading the screen. He felt no resistance from that defensive line. He was able to read it, come flat down the line right into the screen. Here it is. Sowell doesn't sell this real good. He's dropping too deep. But right there, a great open field tackle by Traylinek. Good job.
What an instinctive play.
Absolutely. Good play by a defensive lineman.
To be able to recognize that and peel back and notice that the screen is coming. So Bellaire will get the football back. Kettlewell.
What kind of ball are they using? You can hardly even see any stripes on that thing.
Bounces at the 45. Bellaire will take over at the 44. No return off the 31-yard punt from Kettlewell. Bellaire down 5 with the football back. And again, we talk in terms of momentum and a lot of time left in this game.
Little swing right here, you know. That's only the third punt of the game. 2 by Wheeling Park, 1 by Bellaire. Good field position for the Bellaire Big Red on their own 45-yard line.
To the outside, Timmy Young, flag on the play as the ball will be at midfield for the time being. Let's, while we check this infraction, send it down to our sideline reporter, Stephen Joel.
I'm standing here with the field commander for the Wheeling Park band, Chelsea Sauce. Chelsea, they always talk about the football players and how they have camp. I hear you guys have camp too. Tell us about that.
The drumline has camp from 8 to 12 the last week of July. Then starting in August, the entire band practices from 8 to 12 the first 2 weeks. Then 8 to 4 the last little bit. And then we have our first football game.
Okay, I hear you guys have competitions. You guys are getting ready for those. Tell us about that.
We're really excited for our competition this year. We have a great group of musicians. We don't have, oh crap. I'm sorry. We're really excited about it, and we hope to win.
Thanks. Back to you, Ryan.
Back to action. It was a motion penalty on Bellaire. So 1st and 15 from the 40. Rocchio, Masciarelli, incomplete.
Excellent coverage job again by number 2 for Wheeling Park, Ronell Green, getting help from his safety as well, coming over. And That pass has not been completed by Bellaire all evening, but it's a statement more than anything else. I can throw the ball deep, and you better defend it deep, and then he's going to come back and try to throw underneath that deep coverage.
I'll tell you something there that the folks at home may not have seen. Rocchio hung in there until the last second. He had pressure coming off the end from Thomas Grammer, and he hung in there to release that thing. 2nd and 15 now. Rocchio lost the football as he spun into the pile, but I think it may have been Aaron Crow that initially saw the loose ball and jumped on it, or are they going to give it to Wheeling Park? There's been no official. Yes, they are. So the Patriots come away with the second turnover of the night. It looked initially that a Bellaire man had jumped on that football, but at the bottom of the pile, coming away with it, was Adam Luton. So the Patriots get it back in Bellaire territory.
Let's take a look at it right here. You're going to see he's trying to spin away, and as you can see, number 32 comes in there and puts a real good hit on him at Sam Heinball. Ball pops away, and Wheeling Park recovers at their own at Bellaire's 44-yard line.
Right to Burris. So much success off that right side, and they'll have more as he pushes forward for close to 10 yards. So,
little counter play that time, change up the momentum a little bit instead of running the blast play that time. You can see the backside guard and backside tackle pulling, trying to get in front of Burris. You can see again he sets up a pretty nice block for Ronell over on the perimeter, and then a good solid run by Burris. As you can see, it takes more than one tackler to bring him down.
Just shy of the first down. 2nd and about a foot. This time they'll come left. Burris out of one tackle, and he lost the football. And it's picked up. Coming the other way is Jason Kaiser. They won't catch him. All the way back for a touchdown.
And there are no flags on the play. What a big turn of events that is.
Jason Kaiser's return for a touchdown has given Bellaire their first lead of the night. And give credit on that play to Andrew Crow for helping to cause that fumble.
The right side of the Bellaire defense did a good job, forced Burris to turn it back to the inside, and there you can see it just pops out of his hand.
Yeah. Andrew Crow then closed.
Kaiser is the man on the spot, though.
And you're not catching him in the open field, ladies and gentlemen.
Not with that much of a lead, I'll tell you, you're not.
66-yard return for Kaiser.
Turnovers have been huge in this game. Was an interception that led to one of the scores for Wheeling Park, and now another turnover here is a score for Bellaire.
Wow, what a shift we had there in the last couple of minutes. You talk about the theme of momentum, and Bellaire had it, then they lose the ball. Wheeling Park in prime field position. They pick up 9 yards on first down. Back to Burris, who's been just sensational tonight.
And that play has been so good for them.
Absolutely. And nothing more than him just losing the football. And those things happen. But you talk about players and guys being in the right place at the right time and playmakers. Well, Jason Kaiser is one of the best around. And you talk about him on offense as a running back, as a guy that can sneak out of the backfield. Well, don't forget about his defensive capabilities and certainly his speed. Bellaire will line up and go for 2 to try to make it a 3-point lead. Again, the Big Reds' first lead of the night. And Rocchio will roll to the right. It's caught by Kaiser. He dives for the pylon, and they're going to say he's just shy. Awfully close, and there is a flag down.
Let's see what the call is going to be. Procedure penalty against Bellaire. They're going to decline it. The attempt for 2 points will not be good.
On the offense, the penalty was declined.
So there you have it. What a game this is tonight. Bellaire takes the lead, 27-26. We still have 49 seconds left in the third quarter, as Wheeling Park will go back on offense.
There's been so many shifts of momentum in this game, so far, Ryan.
Yeah, the last few minutes.
You have a fumble by Bellaire, it shifts the momentum over to Wheeling Park. Wheeling Park gets 9 yards on first down. It looks like they're going to go in to score and widen their lead. Next play, Burris, a very reliable ball carrier so far in this game for Wheeling Park, just loses it, drops it, puts it on the ground. Jason Kaiser is there, picks it up on the bounce, takes it the distance for the score. You can see right here, he just loses the ball. He wasn't hit, just lost the grasp of it, and you can see the ball bounces perfectly for Kaiser to pick up. He's off and running for the score.
I mean, that ball couldn't have been placed into Kaiser's hands off that turf any perfectly.
Absolutely.
On the run, and no chance of catching number 16. Bellaire celebrating so far the biggest play of the night. And coincidentally, our two biggest plays tonight have both gone for 66 yards. The Sal touchdown pass to Goldbaugh, and now the Kaiser return, which has changed the complexion of this game. Burris, he's going to want to make amends for that fumble, but Bellaire will have none of it on this return as they stuff him at the 19.
Good special teams play by Bellaire's kickoff coverage team. They really did a good job of getting down there very, very quickly. Perko put it down near the goal line, had good height on the ball, gave his covering people time to get down there. Burris didn't have any room to run. Hold him inside the 20-yard line, which is excellent coverage for anybody at any level. And now Wheeling Park has 79 yards to go in order to score.
And for the first time tonight, Park's resiliency will be tested as they trail for the first time this evening. Right back to Burris. And why not? Out across the 30. And he should have enough for a first down as we near the 30-second mark here in quarter number 3.
Wheeling Park's not trying to hide anything. They had trips set that way that time, and they ran into the trips. Everybody blocked down. Good blocking on the perimeter. They had people turn to the inside. Good lead blocking out on the defensive secondary. Gain of about 9. Well, that was a first. No, that's a first down. Picked up at 11. Same formation this way. See if they sweep it this way into the wide side of the field. Here they come.
Burris couldn't get out of the grasp of Nick Perko.
Good job by Perko that time, playing with his inside shoulder, keeping leverage on the ball. When he saw Burris was cutting it into the inside, played off his blocker, made a good tackle.
And we'll see if Park decides to let the final seconds tick away. And
I think they are.
Yes, they will. Was that some third quarter or what?
That was an exciting third quarter. Great job by both teams. Great job by both coaching staffs.
We're going to catch our breath. If quarter number 4 is anywhere near as entertaining as the first 3, we're in for a great finish here at Wheeling Island Stadium. The Bellaire Big Reds lead it by a point on the Skybank scoreboard as we head to the fourth quarter. The play that got them the lead, this one, Jason Kaiser, a 66-yard fumble return for a score. We'll be back. Start of the fourth, Wheeling Island Stadium. Sal completes on an underneath pattern, and out near midfield with the catch is Donald Platts.
So that is a pass pattern that is very difficult to stop. You know, when you push off your wide receiver, then you bootleg back into that side, and you have people coming across. That is a very, very difficult play to stop indeed. And right here, Sal does a good job of finding number 11 coming across the middle, Donald Platt.
20-yard pickup. And Park using that play-action game to their advantage there. Burris is not in the game. Creighton is behind Heinebaugh here. And they'll pitch it to Creighton. Much more lean runner than Burris.
Yes, he is.
Not low to the ground. Definitely an athletic type build.
Number 23, Nick Perko, in on the tackle that time. Bellaire has to get better play from their inside linebackers on that sweep. They have to do a good job. Defensively, Bellaire is doing a good job of forcing it back to the inside, but the linebackers have to be able to scrape into that hole to make those tackles.
Creighton again.
Short gain, big third down coming up for Wheeling Park.
He's ripped down at the 43. Burris, we can see from across the way here, appears to be nursing that injury once again. We're not sure if it's a cramp. We could try to get our sideline reporter, Stephen Joel, to get us some information on Burris's condition.
It's third and about 3.
We will try to bring that to you. But
big down.
3rd and 3. Creighton bouncing. They'll have the first down and more as he pushes to the 34.
Nice, nifty running that time by the Wheeling Park back. Did a good job of getting it to the outside, bounced it to the outside, then found a little crease, was able to turn it upfield, get his shoulders parallel to the goal line, and get upfield for the first down.
So here's Wheeling Park as we wind inside of 10 minutes.
Nice drive going here by Wheeling Park now.
Started inside the 19. Without the services of Burris, back to Creighton. Boy, it's going to take more than one tackler to bring him down. As you saw there, Mike Reed got him initially, but a couple of other white jerseys, including Perko and Masciarelli, cleaned it up.
You know, one thing, Ryan, that is very uncharacteristic of this Bellaire football team, they're not real good tacklers, it doesn't seem. You know, they're grabbing, you know, they're trying to make arm tackles. And that's very uncharacteristic because normally they're a very good tackling football team.
And again, a lot of these guys, first time playing defense. And many having to go both sides. Fake Creighton, Heinebaugh. Up the middle to the 31. So here comes another third down.
It's going to be a little bit longer. See if we see a little bootleg action again by Sowell on this. Trying to hit a tight end coming across the middle. It's been very effective for them so far. They ran that play once in the first half for very positive yardage. They came back with it on this series that they're running for positive yardage and a big first down as well. This is going to be 3rd and about 7. See where their tight end is aligned. He's aligned on this side. See if there's going to be a little fake this side.
Sal on the run. Ronald Green snuck behind Jason Kaiser and was open. Sal just could not deliver it to him. Green was inside the 10-yard line as he got separation, but the ball not on the money. And now decision time. And Mark Nardoni will keep the offense on the field.
Here it is on a replay. They're running a flood pattern over here. The tight end is running an intermediate pattern. The fullback coming out of the backfield is running a flat pattern. And the wide receiver that way is running a deeper pattern.
Well, Bellaire having some personnel problems as Wheeling Park comes up to the line. Biggest play of the game so far. They're going to set up the screen again. Creighton.
Oh, there's a hold.
He should have enough for the first down. Met right at the sticks at the 24-yard line.
I'll tell you, there was a hold. One of Bellaire's defenders was just grabbed by the shirt and pulled down.
And
I don't know if we'll see it or not, but again, here's the screen again.
Bellaire is an injured player on the turf as we take a look at it on the Doan Ford Lincoln
right to the right of your screen. You can see number 24 pointing at number 78, and he had every right to point at it because he was hog-tied that time.
And I believe that is Trey Masciarelli, who was banged up earlier. We will take a break. 8:01 remaining in this one. Bellaire clinging to a 1-point lead on the Skybank scoreboard. We'll return to Wheeling Island Stadium after this.
There's Trey Masciarelli coming out of the game. It's the second time that he's been hurt this evening. Here's, you're going to see a picture of it right here. Comes in very low, takes on a big running back in the open field, makes a real hard tackle, goes down and is coming off the field under his own power. May have got dinged a little bit right there, but he's a tough kid, and if there's any possible way, he's going to be back in this ball game.
That looked like a classic stinger there.
Yeah.
Was Creighton coming at him full speed ahead. He did pick up the first. And it's Creighton again who's having to be called upon to carry the load with Burris out of the game.
Okay, Creighton doing a yeoman's-like job right here. He's getting the call on almost every down to run the ball, and mostly it's in between the tackles, with every once in a while that pitch sweep being called. We'll see what they're going to come up with here. Wheeling Park, really a nice drive going. I anticipate they're going to keep it on the ground. They've been successful, getting positive yardage every time. And this is what Coach Nardoni wanted to do. He said he was going to play smash mouth football with Bellaire, and that's what he's doing.
The ball is in the exact spot of where this drive started back in the third quarter. Play 12 of this drive. Creighton again finding his way through the hole, pushing, and should have enough for another first down.
Okay, Creighton is a very, very impressive backup to Burris. He's doing a great job coming in his situation here as the backup tailback. Here he's just using his power. You can see that he's not a little guy either. He's 6 foot, 195, and he's going against defensive backs that are 145, 150 pounds.
Inside of 7 minutes to play here in regulation. And Sal
on the sneak.
Push the foul on first down near the 10.
Unusual call on first down. Unless he saw something and took it on his own. Perko in on the tackle. He's had a good defensive game tonight. Perko, number 23 for Bellaire, has been playing very, very well at that right defensive end position. This is going to be second and about 8. Right outside the 10-yard line at about the 10.5-yard line of Bellaire. Wheeling Park wants to make sure that they don't turn the ball over here. They've got a nice drive going. They can take the lead. Just be patient. Here's the pitch sweep.
Creighton stutters as he tries to find his way through, and he'll end up getting a couple of yards. I was curious to see. It looked like he was going to initially pull up and maybe throw that football. But he took it forward, and now a third down again for Wheeling Park. They can still get a first.
There it is right here, the pitch sweep. You can see he's being very patient, looking for a lane. Number 32 for Bellaire, you can see doing a good job forcing it back into the inside. That's Zach Matarkowski. And that's where it's very, very important for those linebackers from Bellaire to get that from the inside out and for the safety to come from the inside out as well.
Third down and 5. Ball on the 8-yard line.
3rd and 5. Creighton.
Wow. Good job that time by the linebacker. There was no quit that time. Number 29 for Bellaire stepped right up in there, took on that lead blocker. That's Mike Reed, the junior. Did an excellent job of stuffing that for no gain, and it looks like Wheeling Park is going to go for 3 to take the lead.
And an interesting note here, their normal kicker, Ryan Horan, is out with an injured foot. So this is backup kicker Michael Crumrine. Now, we've seen him do a nice job tonight. Couple of touchbacks, and he was kicking them consistently from 35 yards in warm-ups. This one from 27 out, and he's got it. And Wheeling Park has regained the lead, 29-27. So Crumrine in the big spots delivers as the advantage swings back to the Patriots, up 2 on the Skybank scoreboard. But Bellaire will have the football back with 4:34 remaining when we return.
There's Masciarelli, Ryan, trying to get loosened up. telling his coaches and his trainer that he's okay, I can go back in. He's a warrior.
Well, it's
If there's any way that he can get in there, he'll get in there.
I'm going to say it's going to be tough to keep him out of this game. Incidentally, Bellaire is riding a 10-game winning streak in the regular season. They're trailing here by 2, 4:34 left. That last drive for Wheeling Park, which started back in the third quarter and chewed up all but that 4:34 here in the fourth. 15 plays, 73 yards. Impressive. Ross Johnson to bring it out for Bellaire across the 20 to the 22. So a long road ahead for Bellaire. And keep this in mind for the time being. Bellaire also has an outstanding kicker in Nick Perko.
The only difference is, however, Nick Perko has been playing defense all night for Bellaire, and there's going to be maybe just a little bit of weakness in that right leg as a result of that.
So Nick Rocchio back on the field. We haven't seen him in a long time because Bellaire scored defensively, and then Wheeling Park chewed up 8 minutes and 15 seconds going back to the third quarter on that last drive. So here's Rocchio after an extensive breather, trying to bring Bellaire back one more time tonight. He's answered the call on a number of occasions this evening. Crow on first down, finding his way through as he's tripped up as he crosses the 25. And
good shoestring tackle that time by Sam Heinball.
And Bellaire does have the advantage of knowing a know-how-to offense extremely well. They started the game with it, practiced it all week.
Masciarelli's back in there. He's the split end down at the bottom of your screen. They have 3 wide outs, 2 to this side, 1 to the other.
Rocchio, Masciarelli on the run. Brought down at the 48.
Wow, what a big league throw that was. That ball had to come a long, long way. It was a deep out pattern, and we're going to take a look at it. And I'll tell you, Rocchio really shows his arm strength right here.
First down and 10. Ball on the 48-yard line.
Great throw. Coverage was decent. He almost breaks the tackle here, but number 17, as you can see, Andrew Goldball, makes a touchdown-saving tackle.
21-yard pickup, and Masciarelli, you see back on the sidelines as he has turned in one heck of an effort tonight. Kaiser will lose a bunch.
That was a slow developing play.
Daniel Rabb clamped down on him and sent him back for about a 4-yard loss. And now Kaiser slow to get up.
It just seemed like it took forever for that play to develop.
Inside of 3 minutes now.
That's a big loss. That's a loss of about 5. It's going to bring up 2nd and 15.
Masciarelli remains on the sideline.
See if Rocchio stays with that short to intermediate passing game. 10 to 12, 15 yards.
To the outside. Complete. Timmy Young. And again, Rocchio delivers on a tough pass.
That's a long pass. I'll tell you, he gained, it was 2nd and 14.
12 yards he got.
He got 12 yards on that, but he had to throw the ball 40-some yards to get the 12.
Rocchio's showing a lot tonight.
I tell you, both teams have shown a lot. I really admire the intensity that both of these teams have brought into this game. Both teams have played with a real passion tonight.
As good of an opener as we could ask for here at Wheeling Island Stadium, and it's not over.
Rocchio under center now.
Crow coming left, cuts it back. He's got a first down to the Wheeling Park 35.
Number 28 on the tackle, that's Travis Beal. This is just a stretch play. You can see here Crow being very, very patient, looking. When he finally sees a seam in there, he accelerates, gets it upfield for a positive gain and a first down at the 35-yard line of Wheeling Park. And both of these teams continue to just punch each other in the mouth.
Just about at the 2-minute mark. Crow
nice
stopped
play
immediately by Dustin Hill.
Nice play by Dustin Hill that time, coming off the edge. He was able to come flat down the line of scrimmage and make that tackle.
And I know we're still a little bit out of range, but you want to start thinking field goal attempt as you see that clock continue to tick. Realistically, they'd like to have it inside of 40 yards and even closer if they can. Fake to Crow. Rocchio steps up, goes deep. Masciarelli has it!
Touchdown! Holy Toledo! The same play that they scored onto Masciarelli in the first half, the fake off of that draw play. Masciarelli gets behind the safety. Touchdown, Rocchio to Masciarelli.
Rocchio delivers. Masciarelli, who came off the sidelines just one play earlier.
Take a look at it on the replay. Here it is right here, a fake of that draw play. He's under some duress. He steps up into the pocket. Good job. He stepped up instead of out. Gave him a chance to throw the ball to his receiver to give him a chance to make a play. Scores a touchdown, kicks the point. It's a 4-point deficit for Wheeling Park. They need to score a touchdown. A field goal won't do it, and they have to do it in 1 minute and 24 seconds.
An ultra important extra point that was. Very good point by you, Coach, there as Perko tacks it on, and Trey Masciarelli. But they weren't going to keep him out of this football game tonight, especially in crunch time, and he'll go back and be attended to, but I'll tell you what, the feeling he has, it may hurt tomorrow, but right now he's on top of the world as he has given his Big Red club the lead here with 1:24 remaining. And give Nick Rocchio credit, standing in here, stepping up in the pocket, and delivering to Masciarelli.
There it is, boom. Got behind Brandon Friend, safety.
And Masciarelli's
done for the night.
8 catches, 143 yards, and 2 touchdowns tonight.
I tell you, he'll be hurting a little bit tomorrow, but when he's sitting in Latin class, he'll forget all about that hurt because they'll be telling him, Trey, what a great job you did last night.
It's not over yet.
That's right, it's not over.
He has put every ounce, and Bellaire is going to line up and go for 2 here. Rocchio will be brought down, so it remains a 4-point deficit. 33-29, 1:24 left. That drive, 7 plays, 77 yards. Rocchio to Masciarelli, 36 in the lead. Back to Bellaire, but we are far from finished here at Wheeling Island Stadium.
Champ.
John Magistro, he's been in some close games many a time in his 23 seasons at Bellaire. His teams have played in some huge games, and boy, have they delivered tonight when the pressure's been on. The senior Nick Rocchio, his first start ever in a Big Reds uniform, goes 3 of 3 for 69 yards on that drive, including a pair of hookups to Trey Masciarelli that's given Bellaire the lead. And now they're going to squib one.
Excellent job by, never anticipated to try an onside kick and give Wheeling Park such great field position on their own 45-yard line. I'm not so sure whether that was supposed to be an onside kick. I think maybe Nick Perko just missed it. He was trying to line drive and squib it down the field.
Well, the Bellaire
maybe just missed.
Yeah, the Bellaire coaching staff is indicating right now with their look of astonishment that did not appear to be planned.
Absolutely.
So Wheeling Park will have tremendous field position at the 45-yard line. Park will have all 3 timeouts remaining.
And I think Burris is still out of the game.
Not in the game. Flag comes in.
Too many men in the huddle. It's going to be an illegal substitution. That's going to cost them 5 yards.
Well, certainly a squib kick in that situation would make sense, but a downright onside kick certainly does it.
I think Perko just missed it.
Yeah.
Trying maybe a little bit too hard. He's kicked the ball extremely well all night on his kickoffs, and he's played a great game at the defensive right end position.
So either way, and there's a ball pops loose, but Wheeling Park is jumping.
That's going to cost him, I think,
snap.
another 5 yards.
Either way, it's up to Bellaire's defense to preserve this lead any way you look at it, and Wheeling Park has helped them out here with 10 yards of penalties.
This has been a relatively penalty-free game.
Certainly
there hasn't
yeah.
been a lot of penalties in this game at all, and now we have 2 penalties against the offense back-to-back.
So now it's 65 yards to go. A touchdown, a necessity for the Patriots. So Sal in his first start at Park.
They
trying
need to hurry.
rally
There's
this club. Yeah.
3 seconds on the clock.
Play clock, and he'll have to take a timeout. And that is costly. They're now down to 2, and they've yet to run a play here after the kickoff. Too many men in the huddle, a false start, and now a timeout. As Wheeling Park going in reverse here with 1:23 remaining. We'll catch our breath for a moment while we have a chance. We want to remind folks that coming up next Saturday here on WTOV9 WVU, the highly touted Mountaineers nationally get back on the football field with the Thundering Herd of Marshall, the Coal Bowl on WTOV9 at 3:30, and then the following week, Ohio State and Texas. Enough said from Austin. An early season test for the Buckeyes, who many feel have a great shot to make their way back out to the desert and play for a national championship in January. So, what we have on the field is a 1st and 20 for Wheeling Park. The Patriots, 2 timeouts left, 1:23 left on the game clock.
Twins left, single receiver split to the right.
And the ball popped loose, and Bellaire has recovered.
Wow.
Dustin Bruce comes out of the pile with it.
We'll see what happened, because that's the same thing that happened on the first play after the kickoff. He just lost it. Ball came up and just popped out of his hands.
And Dustin Bruce right there to corral it.
And I'll tell you, that's a sad moment for Sal, because he's really had a pretty nice game for Wheeling Park. He's done a good job of, managing the offense for Coach Nardoni, and has thrown the ball fairly well. Play action passes, has a touchdown pass in the game here in the second half. Had some key completions in the first half that led to their first touchdown. So, overall, give the kid credit. He's had a pretty good night.
As we see Corey Staub come up onto his feet and walk off under his own power.
He's the center. After he made the snap, he stood up, and when they went in for the, there it is right there, when they went for the fumble recovery, he took a shot right to his right knee. Nothing intentional. The boy's just going for the fumble recovery. I'm sure he's going to be okay. All Bellaire has to do right now for the next 1 minute and 20 seconds is to run out the clock, take care of the ball, and don't fumble it. I'll be surprised if we see Bellaire do anything else but take the ball and kneel.
No, Crow.
Might as well kneel.
And 2 timeouts for Wheeling Park. They'll spend one
right here. Yeah, they've got 1 left after this one.
Back over.
They can only stop it 1 more time.
Patriots. Timeout.
And we've discussed so many times tonight about this Bellaire Wheeling Park series, and in recent years it's been all Bellaire. Since 2003, when Nate Davis came in at quarterback, Bellaire has really done a number on Park. And those games have been tough for Mark Nardoni because he looks at this game as certainly a litmus test for his team. But I don't think any of those losses will eat at him as this potential one will here tonight.
Absolutely.
Considering how effective Wheeling Park was. They had the lead. They had a 12-point lead in the third quarter. They had the momentum. Everything going their way. But that man number 4 in this Bellaire offense deserves so much credit tonight for hanging in there, rolling with the punches, being resilient, and making big plays when necessary.
I'm sure Wheeling Park will use their last time out. I'll tell you the truth, Ryan. As well as Bellaire has played with Rocchio at quarterback, I'm really impressed with Wheeling Park's offense and defense. They played with intensity tonight. They played with some passion. They didn't back off from Bellaire High School, and I think that they need to use this particular game as a benchmark for the rest of the season to say, here's how we can play, and we're good enough to win over the course of the year.
Well, so many candidates tonight, but the Bloomberg Eye Center play of the game, it's got to be here. Nick Rocchio, Trey Masciarelli that put Bellaire up 33-29 with just over a minute and a half left. Masciarelli's second touchdown of the night. And Rocchio stepping up.
I was so impressed with the way that he stepped up into the pocket to avoid that rush. Most, inexperienced young quarterbacks want to try to get to the outside and beat that rush, but he did the right thing by stepping up. Good coaching point for young quarterbacks. Step up into the pocket first.
And this is a third down here, and the whistle will stop. Okay, the clock
will continue to run.
Wheeling Park. And this will be a fourth down here, so it's going to be interesting. Bellaire's going to have to make
play. They're going to have to snap the ball.
They have to make a decision here. So obviously the clock will stop on a change of possession. Play clock at 43. Play clock, now at 10 with the game clock at 38. So there's a 28-second differential. And Rocchio, well, he may carry for the first down. He's just going to be about a yard shy. So 24 seconds. Well, let's see if he got the first down. It looks from our vantage point that
he's not going to get a real good spot by this linesman on this side.
Well, Jack Prettyman wants to bring on the sticks here.
He's going to be short.
If, in fact, he is, Wheeling Park will have the football back with the time you see on the clock, 24.9 seconds. And when talking about Rocchio,
we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's short.
Shy. So Park will have it back with 24.9 seconds left. We're talking about Rocchio. Such a tough spot he's in, succeeding Nate Davis. And John Magistro's really preached that Nick is Nick. Nick is his own person, his own quarterback. And I think if people learn to realize that, and he can be effective in his own way, certainly running the football tonight that we saw in a very different way. He is an effective quarterback.
Yeah, he's grown a lot tonight.
Tremendously,
in this
absolutely.
game because he's performed very well against a very good defensive football team of Wheeling Park.
Well, we're not done here. 75 yards separates Wheeling Park from the end zone. They don't have a timeout. And Sa will try to work some magic here. Crossing the 30, he's got to get out of bounds.
Get out of bounds.
And
good
he does
job. He's still got 15.9 seconds.
As he got 15 yards there to the 40.
I tell you, Coach Magistro right now, his insides are churning over this last 15 seconds. We're going to take a look at it here. Bellaire playing, prevent defense, keep everything in front of you. Don't let anybody get behind you. Don't get beat deep.
First down and 10.
That's what they're doing right here.
Bellaire with 4 men deep to defend this. Incomplete. Ronald Green, the intended receiver. Ross Johnson in coverage. 10 seconds remain.
Trying to get out here on the perimeter. They've got to try to drop him straight back, throw the ball vertically down the field as far as he can. He may have maybe 2 more shots at it at the most.
And maybe put yourselves in a situation where you get a pass interference penalty.
Yeah.
which can aid you. Now Bellaire with 5 guys standing inside their own 40.
They're only going to rush 3 and defend with 8.
Saul will dump it off to Creighton. And he will be wrestled down at the 45, and that'll be the game. Bellaire,
wow,
impressively comes from behind on the road. And the Big Reds extend their regular season winning streak to 11 games, and John Magistro begins his final season as Big Reds head coach with one of the more impressive and memorable regular season wins he's had in recent history. And was this an entertaining way to kick off 2006 tonight, Coach Walensky?
Okay, I was very, very impressed. What a way to start off the high school football season for 2006. Great game between 2 very good teams, and I look for both of these teams to have a lot of success over the course of the year.
Trey Masciarelli, one of the heroes tonight, 2 touchdown catches, playing injured. And we weren't going to keep him off the field as Bellaire opens up 2006 with a 33-29 win. And boy, I hope all of them are like this one the entire season here on WTOV9. And that'll wrap it up here for week 1 of 2006 on our high school football game of the week. We want to thank our sponsors, Skybank, Doane Ford Lincoln Mercury, and Bloomberg Eye Center. And for the coach, Rich Walensky, and statistician Robert Chick-the-Chickie, and our entire crew here at WTOV9, I'm Ryan Recker saying thanks for watching. Bellaire does it to Wheeling Park tonight, 33-29. Good night.